If you're trying to start something big that will require habit change, whether it's getting healthier, improving your relationships, or getting ahead in your career, or maybe even starting and growing a business, then this is an episode for you. This is my first episode of 2023, and I am going to break down 5 questions that you should be asking yourself if you really want your goals to work out this time. The best part is that you can apply these questions to all types of goals, and you can repeat them every time you set a new goal. Start off by grabbing your journal or a sheet of paper, or if you're a digital person, get your tablet or whatever and open your notes and writing down the answers to these 5 questions. And then until you have a clear yes for all 5 of them, you'll have work to do. Because guess what? Once you answer yes to these 5 questions, you can't fail. Ready to dive in? Check them out, and I hope you enjoy them. And by the way, if you do like this, please subscribe. I have a podcast, a YouTube channel, a newsletter, and I would love to have you become an insider. Just subscribe on whatever channel you're listening to. I really appreciate that. And go to 𝑣𝒃𝒐𝒖𝒕.com/insiders so you never miss episodes, because I notify my insiders whenever I drop a new episode, as well as give exclusive content and discounts. See you soon. Today, we're going to talk about a topic I think is so important. And I just wish that someone had shared this with me when I was starting out on my own. And that is that there are 5 questions that will make or break your outcomes. So if you're trying to implement a new goal, put in place a new habit, or just generally improve your life, which I'm pretty sure all of you are nodding yes in some way, then you really want to go through these 5 questions. So listen up closely. I will have a downloadable that you can take away and fill in these questions on your own, because I do believe that you should ask yourself these questions every time that you try to set a goal, whether it's your health, your relationship, your career, your business, your lifestyle, whatever it is, these questions work. So I also want to point out that I'm recording this on January 2nd, which, as you guys know, the gyms are going to be overfilled. Instagram is just buzzing with all these challenges, whatever weight loss challenges, mindset challenges, you name it. There's a challenge happening this week. And sadly, there are so many people who are going to hop on the bandwagon, and by next week will be completely fizzled out and abandon things for the whole year. That does sound quite crazy, but it is true. There's been statistics that show that the typical range for New Year's resolutions is 3 weeks, meaning that after 3 weeks, people give up. That's very sad to hear that that's what the majority do, but it's not a surprise, because if you look around you, we have access now to information, so there's really no excuse not to be fit, rich, full of happiness. Yet so many people keep buying new programs, keep setting new goals, keep trying again and again to achieve these goals. Why do you guys think it keeps failing? Well, I have kind of distilled it down into a couple of reasons. And just FYI, I must say that I have an entire course around goal setting. That's how important I believe it is. So if you're interested in that, go to academy.𝒃𝒐𝒖𝒕.com/visualize, and you will definitely get some value out of that. I want you to know that the first step in any goal setting process is clarity. And it's also the hardest step, because Sometimes we don't know what we want. Sometimes we're debating between two or multiple really good options, and we have to come and make that decision. And it can be really hard sometimes to get clear, especially if it's something new that you don't have any experience with directly. There's going to be a lot of information overload as well. So different people are going to give you different advice. I mean, all you have to do is open any social platform and you type in what you're looking for, and you will be bombarded with different books and videos and gurus, all trying to tell you this is the way to achieve that goal. Back up a second. Before you pay anyone a single dollar, or before you hop on board into challenges or read books, let's take a step back and let's focus on these 5 questions that I want to share with you today. So, question number 1, do I know exactly what I need to do? 9 out of 10 times the answer is no, because generally we know what we need to do. Like, let's say that I'm trying to lose 20 pounds. So generally, you're a smart person. You're going to know I need to eat better and exercise more and sleep. Now we know that sleep is also important. Until recently, I don't think the gurus were even mentioning sleep, but now studies have really shown that sleep plays a huge role. So that's one of the things that we need to think about. But if it were only that easy, why isn't everyone fit? Why is the diet industry a multi-million-dollar industry? Same question for relationships, same question for career and business. The answer, my friends, is that it's not enough to be smart and know what you want, because we all kind of want the same things. We want to have great relationships, be fit, be healthy, be wealthy, and have happiness. And we generally know what we should be doing to get it. That information is free. But the reason that a lot of us don't achieve that is because we don't know exactly what we need to do specifically. I'm talking about we with a big emphasis underlined, because what works for me might not work for you. Think about it. If I am like a single 20-something lady with a very high metabolism because I'm in my early 20s and I have not had any children and I have all the free time in the world and all my disposable income for myself, then I can probably go to the gym 5 days a week, and I can probably spend a lot of money on my food, and eat relatively healthy. And I don't have so much stress because I don't have any family and kids, and my responsibilities are pretty basic. And so the strategy for me to get fit is going to look really different than a middle-aged woman over 40 who's dealing with premenopause, who's dealing with hormones, who's had a couple of kids, whose body has gone through big yo-yos of weight gain due to pregnancies, who has a slowing metabolism and has an array of problems, including probably a lot of stress, because if you're in your 40s with kids and probably a career, you're definitely not just sitting around with unlimited time to think about yourself and taking care of yourself. On the contrary, you're probably not taking care of yourself at all. So these are basically day and night people, and the same approach will not work for them. So what exactly do I need to do is not what you need to do. And so that's really important to understand, is you're going to need a custom plan to fix your problems. And their plan is not going to look like my plan or like your friend's plan. And you can definitely be looking around and listening to your friends and watching videos on YouTube and kind of reflecting, would that work for me? But ultimately, it's not simple to know exactly what you need to do. And life is not going to help you, because we are creatures of habit. And as you know, your day, your to-do list probably isn't getting any shorter. Your day is probably super busy, super jam-packed. And so it's hard to manage your time. So do I have a solution here? Yes, I do. But I'm not going to go into the solution in this video. I'm going to tell you what you should be thinking about these 5 questions in order to really not mess this up. So the very first one, do I know exactly what I need to do? Probably not. All right. Number 2, do I know in which order I need to do what? So even if you tell me, okay, you need to eat healthier, you need to get enough sleep, you need to work out, there's so many nuances and so many little details. So it's not even enough to just take a plan and be like, oh, look, I have a plan. Yay. It's also to know how to prioritize things. What is absolutely essential versus what is good, but you can skip it once in a while and it's not going to kill you, right? And this is also a different layer of questions. So do you know exactly how to prioritize things? What should you focus on first? What comes next? And what can you put off for later? I think that people often get messed up in their priorities. I coach a lot of people who grow their businesses, and they come to me and they're working on exactly the wrong things. When they work with me, we switch things up immediately and we go into working on something that they should have been working on in the beginning, but didn't know any better. All right. So my question, do you know which order you should be doing things in, is really relevant for any goal you're trying to achieve. Number 3, do you have the right ongoing support team for your success? I have written about what is a success team. I can link that into the comments, the article that I have about that, but I repeat it all the time. No one gets to the top on their own. DIYing things, do it yourself, is a really, really bad strategy. You need to hire people who know what they're doing and can help you. Hire a coach, get a formal mentor, find experts who can help you with specific tasks. And quality in equals quality out. So don't cut corners here. If you go and pay $5 for something, you can expect to get $5 quality. If you pay $500, you should get $500 quality. Of course, you have to vet people carefully who you hire. I have another article that I'll recommend to teach you how I go about hiring the right people. I've hired hundreds of people in my career, and it's definitely a hit or miss. So you definitely want to be prepared and vet people carefully. But ultimately, don't let a couple of bad experiences or the fear of hiring the wrong person or the fear of investing money in yourself stop you from your success. Don't be in your own way, right? Because you're not going to figure it out on your own. In fact, if you did, think about everyone would be a millionaire because they'd all just like figure it out on their own. But few people do. And so don't let this misconception come in your way that you're smart, so therefore you should know how to figure it out, because that's almost insulting. Think about it this way. If you're an expert in anything you do and you've been trained, whether it's experience, education, or both, imagine that you were talking to someone about your expertise and they said, oh, I'm just going to watch a few YouTube videos and I'll be as good as you. Wouldn't you be really insulted? You'd be like, excuse me? And so don't do that to other people. Don't think like, oh, marketing is easy, I'll just figure that out. Or sales, figure that out somehow too. You're not supposed to be a web designer, marketer, salesperson, I don't know what, fitness guru. You need help, and you need to find a couple of people, not a million people. Don't hire too many people, a few people, and then stick to their program. I'll put this in the comments, how to find the right help, but please don't bypass this. This is the biggest mistake I see people make. And the only result is that it takes you twice as longer to get to the finish line, if ever. The people who start at the same time as you, but who got the right help, are going to be 100 times more ahead of you. So don't be shy about this. This is super important. And number 4, is your environment healthy enough for your success, right? Think of yourself like a plant. You're planted in the ground and you need sunlight, you need rain, you need good soil, you need good conditions around you to flourish. So why is that any different for your life? It's in every area of your life. You will see the results of how you fare in your environment. So be careful about what kind of environment you are building around yourself. Remove any bad seeds, any obstacles around you. Get out of any toxic relationships, friendships, even well-meaning people, like maybe your family members who just don't understand what you're doing. Minimize contact with them. Now, this may not be an overnight thing. It may not be so easy to just change your environment right away, but get some help and talk to your coach, your therapist, your mentor, your support group, your community about this so that you can put in place an exit strategy. If you feel like you're in a toxic relationship, in a toxic job, or you have well-meaning family members who are actually hurting you by the way they're treating you, that's not going to fly. That's not going to help you. So that question is, are you in the right environment for your success? And if not, how can you change that? And the last question is the most important, obviously. It's mindset. I saved the best for last. You are your worst enemy. We all are. And so think about making mindset something that you do ongoing. It's not a one-time thing. It's a daily practice. And, the best way to keep your mindset strong is to surround yourself with the right people who are also in a good mindset, to minimize stress and to master yourself so that you don't let your emotions just rule your life. Stress, anxiety, lack of sleep, poor nutrition, all of these things can contribute to having a negative mindset. And if you're in the wrong environment, of course, your mindset is going to suffer. So think about what kind of mindset work you need to be doing, because it's not a one-off time. It's going to be something that you should be doing for the rest of your life. Think of mindset work like nutrition and physical activity. You can't just do it a couple of times and then that's it, you're fit. You have to keep doing it, otherwise you lose the benefits. So what do you guys think? Do you think these 5 questions will help you achieve your goals better? The answer is yes or no for all these questions. So if you go through these questions, and I will attach a little worksheet so you can do them on your own, ask yourself, am I ready to achieve my goals? And if not, if you answered no to any of these questions, there's the first goal for you. So before you even try to do the goal that you're actually trying to do, go back and figure out, how can I change these things? Because this is the preliminary basis for your success. And I think that's the thing I wish someone would have told me years ago, is not to skip those things. Don't try to go directly into achieving your goals. Take care of these 5 things, and you will see the path will clear for you, and you will see it's so much easier. It's basically like the difference between trying to walk uphill or have a 4-wheel drive get you up there to the top, right? So I hope this was helpful. And last but least, I want to say again to consider my goal setting workshop. It is comprised of a course and 2 live trainings per year. You really can't go wrong with this goal setting workshop. It's academy.crystalmillon.com/visualize. And I'm very sure that this is going to help you if you decide to look into that. Otherwise, I wish you a ton of success. If you're listening to this live, this is January 2023. So I'm wishing you a wonderful, wonderful new year, and may all your dreams come true. And don't forget that you can't cut corners. Take care. And lastly, please consider subscribing to this channel. I have a podcast. I have a newsletter. Just go to KristenMoleone.com/insiders. And I have a YouTube channel. So see you soon, guys.